Hi, Bill Henshaw here again on my YouTube videos, and my website is uwinningcourt@gmail.com. This is going to be another update on my COVID packet directly related to mortgage banksters, the bastards at 120 Broadway, New York, New York. Now, a lot of you are going to be threatened with allegedly due past mortgage payments, but I got some good news for you. It ain't true. Not only is that not true, but just as in the case, as I mentioned, with corporate landlords in particular, you can go after the mortgage banksters for fraudulently inducing you into an agreement that they knew was dead on arrival from day one. And there's no substance on their side of the agreement. At common law, you have to have substance or consideration on both sides. And in theory, at least, we're supposed to be domiciled in state judicial districts and a state admitted into this union as a common law state, with the exception of Louisiana in 1804. But that said, without consideration on both sides, and they don't have it, what do? They just type on their computer, plug in some numbers into your account, create it out of thin air, and then they want to take 30 years of your property in the form of your time and labor to pay off the damn mortgage and all the damn interest they want to charge you. And not how it's designed to work. It isn't how it should work. And we're in a great position now with all this COVID pandemic crap going on, with an unprecedented window to challenge federal regional martial law rule. And we can do it. So you just realize that simple fact. They've got nothing on their side but a bookkeeping entry, and they're charging you almost all 30 years of your life worth of your property. Now, the real big deal here is that the IRS operates on the quote unquote principle that a quote unquote taxpayer has a zero interest in his time and labor. What the hell happened to property rights? Speaking of which, what the hell happened to Article 1, Section 9 or 10, as the case may be, where neither the feds nor states can pass any bills of attainder, the taking of property, life, or liberty without judicial process. And let me clue you in, folks, you're nowhere anywhere remotely near a judicial court when you go into one of their federal legislative territorial tribunals. That's one of the objections we need to be making. And trust me, it's not a coincidence. The last serious ruling I've been able to find by the 9-0 parts, AA, the U.S. Supreme Court, on bill of attainder is Cummings v. Missouri, 4 Wall, I believe, 67, 1868. 150 damn years. Why is that? Well, that's because that issue is a winner chicken dinner. No judicial courts, no states. And we do have a burden of proof there, but send me an email, uwinningcourt@gmail.com, about my constitutional defense document packet. And among other things you get with complete, acquisition of all of my materials is an 82-page brief on admission of new states. Settles the issue. No one's even attempted to oppose it, not even in my South Carolina felony case, and that's the cradle of states' rights, for crying out loud. No one's even attempted to do it. And they can't. There are no states. And that's our strength. That's our power. That's what should be there. If the Constitution is there, and by the way, the big win in the Oakland case strongly suggests that it is, because somebody finally woke up and realized if they get us in front of a jury, and I'm talking about me, my friend, and her son who's in jail, and he's up to speed rather a bit too on this. They get us talking to a jury about the real issues. They're going to come, they won't even have to go back and deliberate. Not guilty. And if they do it on jurisdictional grounds, now we have a lot of official actors and a lot of hot water. And the bottom line is, this is one reason the Badgers never want to go to trial anyway, unless they're forced to do it, because this is the sort of thing that can happen. And the jury is the only thing remotely resembling an independent agency of the government that we have to get into. If they keep us out of that, that's denial of trial by jury. And I don't even think the 9-0 farts, not to mention Warren E. Bastard Burger, would buy that one. And that's saying something. So that said, you have a lot of leverage against mortgage bankers, and these attorneys, a lot of them are going to know a lot about what I'm talking about, because I think some of the elite ones that go on to be attorneys like this, do get some classes in case they run into some constitutional kooks like me that know the issues and have a shot at making it stick. And they know, just as the corporate landlords do, that one decision on the record, especially with the U.S. Supreme Court, voids all the mortgages from Portland, Maine to Honolulu, Hawaii. That's the leverage we have. And it isn't limited to free white state citizens. I think Asians and Africans have just as good a standing in a lot of these areas as we do. That's a matter for another video, but trust me, if you have any problem with them, send me an email, get you my materials out, and we will go after them, and in ways they will not like and maybe won't fully understand, but that's not our problem. If we know the law and they don't, see you later. That's the way the system is supposed to work. So just damn shame they didn't teach me 50 years ago, and they sure didn't teach you in the mandatory school system about any of this, so you would know it. That's the gap I'm here to fill and help you teach your kids and your posterity so they can have a much better quality life and keep these bastards all away from our front door and away from us altogether. They have no business being there, no jurisdiction, no venue. And that's something I hope to get settled before I leave here. I'm going to be coming up on 72 here, but I should have a good 8 or 10 years with family genes. And I'm working my ass off like I have been for 5 decades, my 15th year all in. And I hope to see us get there. If not, those of you that are left behind can follow me and use my work to continue the work and get the job done. That said, remember to like my videos, subscribe, tell your friends, get the word out, especially with Asians and Africans. The broader the spectrum is and the amount of people, the quicker we're going to make changes. Thank you.